Good morning, Rainmakers. It's Priyan here from Rainway Realty. Hope you're all well. Looking to give you my life experiences lessons in terms of relating it to property, whether you be a real estate agent, home buyer, or potential investor in Dubai, London, or Sri Lanka. Here I am to try and educate you and show you that the things that happen in life are much related to your property purchase or your work within real estate. And today's podcast is really looking at the power of presence and how mental clarity drives success. So I'm going to dive into my personal journey that I've had myself in terms of living in 3 different countries and learning to truly be present in my new home country, Dubai. It will help you sort of understand the key criteria and issues that I am having personally, and help you hopefully to achieve your long-term ambitions yourself. So understanding really presence, being physically present, and versus mentally present. So we talk about being present, being in the present moment. It's a key sort of buzzword and things that are used nowadays in order to really make us sort of focus and to get on with what we have to do in everyday life, whether it be in the family or your or husband, or even with your children. So most of the time, what happens is that people think presence is in there and focusing on the task at hand, which of course is true and the beginning of anything. But ultimately, what happens is that you have to be present mainly in the mind, and being present in the mind is very difficult and unique. For example, today, this morning, I carried out breath work. It's an amazing tool in order to make you focus. And during that breath work, which was just 20 minutes, where I have to follow instructions on how to breathe, how to relax, I was still wandering off into what am I going to do for the day? And then suddenly I'm like, well, I'm doing a breath work here, and it's only 20 minutes, and I've got clear instructions on what I'm meant to be doing. And there I am thinking about work, and my mind's wandering off into something, or I'm falling into a sleep. And I snap out of it again and then try to refocus. So that activity in itself made me decide to do this podcast today and understand the fact that, on that simple activity, I am wandering away. So if I can't do it for this simple activity, how can I do it for the bigger scope of things and for being more focused for my life and my journey? So what it made me realize is that mentally I need to be present, and I need to be able to really understand about controlling. And also, I think controlling is the wrong word, because of the fact that if you try to control something, then you're using something that is a tool or something that somebody has told you. If you're present in terms of the fact that you can become present without having to tell yourself to be present, then the feeling is different, if that makes sense. Because it's like, for example, can you do this? Can you walk? This is how you walk. But when you walk, you don't have to think about walking. You can just walk. So it's sort of like you can drive. You are present driving, and you can drive and do it without having to think about it. So likewise, in terms of being present and having your mind and body in one, even your physical being and your mind being in one and focused on one task, it should be something where you think about it and it just happens. And that, again, as I keep going on to you in other podcasts and stuff, can be trained with breath work, with meditation, with yoga. All these things are different forms of actually making you present in the moment with mind and body. So please, if you don't carry out any of those activities, do try them. They are fantastic for making sure that you can be present. Now, why do you need to be present? Why do you need to have that focus? Because anything in life that you do requires, especially in this day and age where, you know, the world is moving so fast, we have so many distractions with the internet, Facebook, you know, children, making sure that we want to be the best dad we can. Somebody's called from a real estate point of view, you're trying to close a deal. Somebody wants to do a viewing. You don't want to miss out on that viewing, but then you're sacrificing the fact that you're looking to close the deal. So you need to really prioritize what's the most important thing at that time and section it off, and also see where your mental state is. You know, if you feel like you're going to do a viewing, but you're thinking about closing the deal, then maybe delegate that to somebody else who can do the viewing for you, rather than do it yourself and not do it correctly, and be present at that viewing in order to, you know, make sure that you build a bond and a rapport with the buyer, because potentially that is a business that you're sort of sacrificing. And at the same time, you are then also sacrificing the fact that your deal could not go through because you weren't present and focused on it in the way that you should have been. So my personally journey, and another reason why, other than the breathwork session that I had, that I want, is because I've moved to Dubai now. And to give you some perspective, I used to live in the UK. In March of 2020, I moved to Sri Lanka. I lived in Sri Lanka for 4 years. And then subsequently after that, I now live in Dubai from September 2024. So you can understand I've got assets in the UK. Unfortunately for myself and my family, my father passed away in August of 2024. So even though I don't have any physical assets or business there that I need to occupy, my mother is there alone. She doesn't have any immediate family. So I'm thinking about, you know, how is she? What's she doing? Hope she's well. You know, can I go visit her? Do I need to visit her? Do I need to be there? And then from the England point of view, I'm then sort of thinking, you know, I've got these assets and I've got this business running in terms of holiday lets and lettings in the market. I'm also got my wife's properties there as well, which I'm managing. So ultimately, I think I'm doing a great job in terms of the fact that I'm here. I'm also working in Dubai, opening up businesses, looking to buy a new property. But a lady that I work with called Tracy Thomas, amazing guru for me. She's a projector, by the way, doing what we called human, what's it called? Connection. And she made me realize that I was not present in my current situation because of the fact that my mind is in 3 locations. And even though I am present here and I am working here and I'm building up a new life here, my mind is in 3 locations. And when she said that to me, I was like, wow, you know, it dawned on me how, you know, literally, you know, morning, noon and night, depending on the time of day when England wakes up and when Sri Lanka wakes up. And because I'm in the middle, Sri Lanka wakes up before me. So, you know, first thing I do when I wake up is I think about my mom and her situation and stuff. And then towards 2 o'clock in Dubai, I start thinking about England and getting calls, and throughout that business also runs on a worldwide basis as well, because holiday lets people. And so I for the first time it dawned on me, and I go, oh gosh, you know, I am present and trying to be present and do the best I can, but I am not fully immersed in Dubai because I am split financially, but also mentally, which is even the most important thing, across all these sort of sectors and dynamics. So am I really immersed and focused and doing my best here? Now, of course, I can't just wave a magic wand and make that all disappear, because it won't disappear, because, you know, all of them have been ingrained in terms of their physical assets. I can't just go like that and sell it. I could do at a low price, but I can't afford to. And also in my mind, because of the fact that I've been programmed and I've had these opportunities and that I've been doing with this for a long time, you know, England, for example, 15 or 25 years in terms of doing property, built up my assets that I run now. And in Sri Lanka, I've been there for 4 years. And then unfortunately, during those 4 years, I built up a great relationship with my mother, and also my son did as well. However, then my father passing away, you can understand not the guilt that I feel, but the sort of emotion I feel, because my mum's an amazing lady and she sort of released me. But at the same time, I haven't been released properly. So therefore, you can see the dynamics going around in my head. So now let's relate that to a property situation in terms of the fact that, if you're working hard, trying to think of a new job, and you've come into real estate. Now, in real estate, for example, you cannot think to yourself that you're going to be a successful real estate agent off the bat, especially not in Dubai. In England, maybe, but not in Sri Lanka either. The reason being is that the market in England and the market in Dubai is totally different. How is it different? The reason is that as an agent in Dubai, you will work for a company, but that company doesn't really provide you with anything. It does provide you with a bit of training, but you have to do all the work yourself. You have to do your marketing, you have to do your branding, in terms of branding your own self, your personal self. Of course, the company is in the background in terms of who you work for, but you are an agent by yourself. So you do your branding, you do your marketing, you do your sales, you have to do all your networking. And so therefore, like any business, it's not just going to go boom, make a profit straight away. Yes, you will make a profit if you do get sales, because of course you don't have the overheads of the company. But remember, the company takes half your money. So it's fair in the sense that you're getting 2% of the deal. And so 1% is a hell of a lot of cash. However, in the UK, everything is provided to you on a pedestal. You have the properties provided. You have the buyers coming in to buy from you from the advertising and marketing that is done by the company. And therefore, you just have to focus on selling and viewing. So therefore, it's a very different ball game altogether. And the main difference is you get paid differently. You only get 10 to 20% of the 2%, which is a huge difference from the whole 1%. And you are also competing against other people, which you are doing in the Dubai as well, but it is easier to make money. So if you're going to be an estate agent in Dubai, what do you need to do? You need to be mindful of the fact that you are going to have to be all in it. You can't come from a job like marketing or being a lawyer or something and think, I'll just give it a try for a year and see how it goes because it's so lucrative. Because you won't do well. Why? Because your mind, like mine, even though I'm still doing property in the UK, which is you think is the same thing, is split. You're creating a safety net for yourself by thinking that you can always go back to that. You have to think of it in a different way. You have to say to yourself, for 3 to 4 years, and I'm going to change my job to be a real estate agent in Dubai for 3 to 4 years. Second year, you may not make a huge amount of money. You should at least break even, and you should have savings set aside in order to do that. So therefore, once you start, you sort of think of it as a business. You go all in with your mind. You go all in and immerse yourself in that, and you work hard. Therefore, then your mind is focused on the task at hand. You have a clear direction of where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to do it. And you know that if you carry on in 4 years' time, I will guarantee you will be successful. Now, people may think the property market's going to go down, but the market's going to change. It's not going to be as lucrative. It doesn't matter, because if you are an amazing agent, you built up your clientele, you built up your stock, you built up your brand. Even when the market comes down, which I will tell you, I joined Foxtons in when the Iraq and Kuwait war was on, and I sold loads of properties because I had no thought about what was happening, who was happening to, and all the people who'd been selling and doing really well in a great market weren't doing as well as me. Number one, because of course I was more talented than them, but also the most important thing, I was hungry. I'd lost all my money. I was flat broke. 9/11 wiped me out. That's another story to tell you. But I started from scratch. I was hungry. I was focused. I was determined. And that's when I made the most amount of money. So going back, if the market goes down, it doesn't matter. The people who aren't good at their job will go away. The market then becomes smaller in terms of the people there selling and buying. And there's always going to be transactions. People always have to come, move. People like companies then will move here and take advantage of the tax situation because of the fact that they feel it's a more an amazing economy and stuff in terms of that in that way. So it doesn't make a difference. So don't fear the market. Don't fear the fact that everybody's making money now and you're not. Set a plan. Have that mindset of being focused on what you do. When I think back at how I made my money, how I was successful, it was when I was single-minded, physically and mentally, to do the best that I can. I was immersed in it. I wasn't sort of juggling 3-4 things, trying to do this, trying to do that. I wasn't in 3 countries. I was in 1 country. I was there. I was focused. Now, whether I succeeded or not was a different matter. For example, I did spread betting. I was focused, determined, and I failed in terms of the fact that I didn't have a good money management system. And when 9/11 happened, I lost all my money, £300,000 down the drain. On the real estate market and joined Foxtons. Again, it was a down market. Everybody was losing money. The whole world was on its knees. But I became successful. Why? Because I was hungry, I was focused, my mind was set on it. Then I think about when I was at school playing basketball. I was focused on basketball. I only played basketball. I didn't play basketball, cricket, and badminton. I was focused. I was in the game. I was single-minded. So be present in what you do. Be present in your job. Be present in your mind and physical being so that you are there to focus and make decisions accordingly. If you want real, true success. So please take this on board. Make sure that you have a clear goal, clear plans. Be true to yourself. Don't go in half-heartedly. And I am going to learn from this podcast myself. I'm looking to sell my assets and move on from the UK because I won't be living there anymore. I purchased these properties as a retirement plan, but I'm not going to be retiring anymore because of the fact that I am going to be working till I die. The reason being is that retirement is boring. I may slow down and do different things, but there is no such thing as retiring. So even in yourself, believe on your journey, believe in yourself, focus, be mentally and physically present in what you do. And I guarantee you, you will achieve anything that you want to achieve. So that's it, Rainmakers. Hope you enjoyed the podcast today. If you like the episode, please like it. Please subscribe. I'm hopefully passing on words of wisdom and things that are useful to you. If I'm being honest, they're useful to myself as well, because every time I try and create or do something that is I feel is important for my listeners to listen to, I learn from it and it opens my eyes because I'm always learning. I'm always believing I want to be better. And this is a fantastic way of doing it and also passing on my knowledge and hopefully helping those in need as well to have a better life and to be happier. Take care.